Have you ever tried to grow something? You know, of course, the biggest thing that we are growing, all of us, is our lives. And throughout our lives, we are constantly growing. It's something that happens very gradually and can start very, very small. Each of us start very, very small, don't we? Um, I love the fact that Jesus calls attention to a seed called a mustard seed, and I'll show you a picture of it later in the video. But it's tiny, and he made a point out of saying it's so tiny, but it grows into something so big. And he was saying when it comes to faith, you could have that little, but it's gonna just grow into something massive. And that's basically the way all of us are. We start small, and we live in a time where so many things happen so quickly. For countless generations, human beings were really satisfied. Well, they had no choice in it, actually, to spend so much of their effort uh, securing food, cooking food, hunting for food. That was survival, survival. And we live in a time where things happen very quickly. And what's interesting is that even though that's true, we're never satisfied. We always want something that's faster and faster and quicker and easier and more convenient. Everything, it just keeps going, it doesn't stop. But in reality, in real life, what's important takes a while to grow. I want to give you a couple of quick examples of this. One, I got to go to a conference years ago of a group of people that mixed artistry and spirituality. And I met there a priest from the country of Ghana in West Africa. And he invited me to come, and I took him up on it. And when I was there, he brought me to really remote parts of Africa. I mean, people swore I was the first white man they'd ever seen. And when I would go to these remote villages, it was so amazing the way people would come out and greet me and would share with me their talents. People would sing songs, do their dances, do their drumming, tell jokes, read poems. And in these little remote villages, all this talent was coming out. And it hit me that if somebody came to my town in the United States, they wouldn't even know what the talents were of the other people. And in my brain, I said, you know, someday I think I'd like to create a grassroots place where people could come and share their talents. And I did that. And I established a place called The Vault. And God, countless numbers of people over 25 years have performed there. And sometimes they get up on the stage and read a poem for the first time in their life. And some people have gone on to national careers. But it all started so small with that little trip. When I was on that trip to Africa, I met a chief in a remote village who wanted me to help him. He said, I know you don't have much money, but all I don't want your money. I would just like to build a dam to store the little bit of rainfall that we get, and this way we could survive. And I came back on a mission to try and raise him that money to build that dam. Now, it never quite happened because of circumstances with him and with Africa and whatever, but that led to me founding my foundation, Hope for the Children, okay, which has gone on to help countless tens, hundreds of thousands of people over the years. But it all started small with one person asking for my help and me being motivated to try and do something to help him. I met some of the people maybe that are watching this video. I met you on a retreat. I do 600 something programs a year. But it all started with one. One person gave me a chance, and that led to another, and that led to something else, and to the point where it's as big as it is now. So don't get down on yourself if starting out is small, is slow, okay? Just be faithful with it, all right? The other thing I want to say about growing is the importance of balance. You know, I have a couple of trees on my property, but I have a neighbor, she doesn't like anything growing over onto her property from my trees. So every spring, the woman has somebody come in and trim the tree so that every branch, every leaf that would be on her side is not there. Okay? Makes the tree look kind of stupid, but I don't care. It's a tree. You know what happened? We had a very bad hurricane blow through New York City, Hurricane Sandy, and those trees nearly came down. Okay? I was really lucky that they didn't. And I had to end up taking them down because they were so close to coming down. But they were coming down because they were unbalanced. All the weight was on one side. In life, balance is really important. Jesus had in his life two sisters that he used to be close friends with. And one was Martha, one was Mary. And one was always working, cleaning the house, cooking, cleaning, laundry, everything. And the other one would just spend time with Jesus. And Martha was complaining. She's like, hey, I'm doing all this work here. And what's with her? Thinking Jesus is probably going to say to her, yeah, go help your sister. And Jesus turns around and says, nah, she's the one that's smart enough to know you don't have that work to do. If I'm here, you hang out with me. And she's the one that's got the better position. She's the one that's doing the right thing. And that's very, very challenging for people that feel like all their life is work, work, work. Okay? A lot of people think because they do so many programs with prison ministry, with retreat ministry, with youth, with acting, with all the stuff that I do, they think like, I don't take any time for me. But it's not true. I get plenty of sleep. I go to the gym. I work out, do something physical every day. I listen to music. I pray in my car, drive 35,000 miles a year, listening to music and praying. I take time for myself. I watch movies. I listen, I talk with friends, hang out with family. I balance myself. I take free time to just go in my backyard, okay, where I have like a little peaceful, quiet place and just learn how to take a 10-minute vacation. Balance is really important. So do that too. Okay? God bless. Okay, action tips. I'd like to encourage you to grow something. I was never into gardening and things like that, but a few years ago I discovered landscaping as like an art form, and I've gotten into growing a little bit of a garden, and it taught me a lot. It gave me a lot more greater understanding how things grow, the amount of nurturing that's required, removing weeds and things you don't want, really constant applying attention and energy, and just taught me a lot about how things really work and how we really, really grow. I want to encourage you as you grow, plant, work, apply yourself, but also be open to the unexpected and the things that you could become blessed with that God just wants to give you. It's a matter of both, applying yourself and also being open to the surprises. I like to use these impatient flowers as an example. The bigger bushes are the ones that I planted, but you see the little ones that are growing up there in between the cracks and the bricks. I didn't plant those. Now, from a friend of mine who's a real gardener and knows plants and flowers and stuff, she tells me that that's very rare. Impatiens are the kind of flower that aren't annuals. They don't bring out their own seeds that can grow. You have to buy new ones every year. But this can happen. Very rarely, but it does happen. But there was hardly any dirt in there. And I certainly wasn't watering those cracks in between the bricks, and I don't know, but they were just kind of growing on their own. And that was a real surprising gift. And that's the way life works. Sometimes God is blessing you in ways that you don't see coming. Regarding your growth, do something now. Don't procrastinate. Okay? Realize that you're never fully going to arrive. That you and we're getting a little better every day, hopefully, if we're applying ourselves and letting God work in our lives. And we're becoming a better version of ourselves every day. But don't think that that's a destination. That's really a journey. A way of growing that really works is to watch other people too. Learn from what you see around you, people that you know personally, characters you see played out in movies and TV shows. I find that you can learn a lot about what to do and what not to do by watching people, again, either in the media or live. Because you're not going to make all the mistakes on your own, hopefully not. You can learn a lot that way. I invite you to take a look at
Where do you grow? Do you have a group that feeds your soul, that motivates you, that encourages you? School, a club, a church youth group, another faith group? Do you have a group that really, like I said, feeds your soul, awakens your passion, helps you to develop your gifts? Do you have a mentor? Do you have somebody who's kind of living the life that you look at and say, that's where I'm headed? That's what I want. Have somebody in your life like that. Somebody like a spiritual director, maybe. Somebody who can help you understand the journey of your soul. But take a look into those things. They could both really help you, a group and a mentor. All right? And face the fear. Because if you don't face your fears, they are the limits controlling you, and sometimes you don't even know how much they're controlling you. I invite you to take a look at these 5 action steps. These tips here, these are 5 of them. Select one maybe and make a move. Actually do more of it in your life. Okay? Enjoy.